see them as they're mostly sleeping on dark corners on the roof. If you need to leave at any point, please do let me know and I'll point you to the nearest exit. So if you'd like to follow me.
I want to be the farm.
You hold it, that's on. You scared? Mummy has you.
Alright, okay. I'm going to watch Emma. Watching me! All of us. Yeah.
Hey Zany. Smile.
When can I hold it?
In a bit. You can hold it in a bit.
The cave started forming about 1 million years ago. All the rainwater falling on the main hill, finding its way through openings and cracks, and at some point hundreds of little trickles joined together, and it's strangely low down and smooth. Limestone and sandstone are quite insoluble in water. So at first the cave started forming by pure solution, and later by the abrasive action of the waterborne sand. We're here in the goat room, one of the first and oldest parts of the cave. Men and wild animals first started taking shelter in the cave 50,000 years ago. Wild animals like the cave hyena, the wolf, the bear. And when the cave was first excavated in 1912 by Herbert Welch, he found the bones of a woman. Right where he's standing there. Next to her bones, he found the remains of 2 goats, a bowl, a dagger, and an alabaster bowl. And that's where we believe where the legend of the Witch of Wookey originates from. So according to legend, a woman lived in caves here 1,000 years ago, most likely in the space behind me, as there used to be more rocks where you're standing now, so you had to crawl and climb over to get there. Now the townsfolk in the valley down below, they blamed the woman for everything that went wrong, like crops failing, cattle dying, and people that went missing. Some even blamed her for stealing the moon out of the night sky. So they asked Glastonbury Abbey to send a monk, Father Bernard, to exorcise the cave. And when Father Bernard entered the cave with just a candle and a chalice, he had a terrible argument here with the witch, as she did not want to leave her home. So the witch let down deeper into the cave. Now the townsfolk had warned Father Bernard not to follow her down there, as they believed it was the gateway to hell. And no one was set to have to turn from there. So I guess where we're going now? Yes.
Have you got my hand? Good lad.
Keep on kissing them.
Right, let's not lose each other, alright?
So we don't lose. You can see my life.
You got your glow stick?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm looking.
You're looking? Yeah, because some of it's really dark.
If I go now, I'm taking you down with me.
Might be worth doing the GoPro outside, and then doing like a bit of filming on our phones or something, or pictures or something, and amalgamating it into a video. So that you can see. Right, we have to be careful.
No.
Hey Zane, it's a good job you wore your wellies. It's a good job you wore your wellies. Maybe Harley should have wore his wellies.
I don't know.
Oh, wow. Wow. Don't be scared yet. Mummy's got you. Alright?
Where's there lots of steps?
Right, be careful.
We're in the dinosaur world.
We're not.
Yeah.
What? I know, it's just seeing.
Yeah, that's actually
So you just come down Hell's Ladder, just like Paul Bernard 1,000 years ago when he came down.
Careful. Mummy's got you.
He arrived in a witch house, and the witch was nowhere to be seen. So he went down to the River X, he scooped a bit of water in his chalice, he blessed the water, and proceeded to sprinkle the holy water around.
when we had 70 dinosaurs.
Followed by sideshows. When he showed his candle in the direction of the spring, he saw he had turned the witch into stone. So you can see her looking out over the river with features as her body, forehead, nose, and chin. You can best see her when you stand near on the steps, so feel free to move around or have a look before you move on to the next chamber. There's a shadowy rock in front here, and those is best visible. Now, the witch was said to have had a dog as well. So unfortunately, if you turn around behind you on the ground, you can see her dog was turned into stone too, even with a food bowl next to it.
Careful there.
Can anyone see what breed of dog it is? It is a rottweiler, indeed. A rottweiler. Yes. Now, of course, the witch and the dog are just examples of stalagmite. Water dripping down leaving a mineral residue, and that's how these formations grow over thousands of years. The biggest stalagmite we have is giant. It grows about a cubic inch every 1,000 years, and is estimated to be 100,000 years old. Next to it in the water, we've got the eye of the miles round, and here we've got the beehive, also known as Jabba the Hutt by Star Wars fans. So stalagmites grow upwards on the ground, and stalactites grow down from the ceiling. The most common stalagmites we have in the cave are the straw stalactites. They're hollow in the middle.
Which one's the witch?
We're going to find it in a minute.
What is that name?
Do you and Carly want to stand here so I can take a picture of you?
No, I don't want to do it.
And when it exits the cave, it will flow into the crystal gem of the rest of the ground.
Hi, everybody. So,
And the boat
where?
is a copy of the original used by
And
nowadays it's used by caving.
here's everyone else.
And if you look
And here's me.
man-made hollow, the white hollow there,
So,
and it helps essentially liquid as well. It is thought that the elves worshipped the witch stone formation as it was at the time before Christianity. And when the divers first started diving in the cave, it was common practice for the divers to spit on the witch for good luck. So if we can not do that today, that would be great. Going into the next chamber is the longest point by how to do that. Your heart going through.
It's the witch.
take a picture of that. What's the difference?
Come down there. Holly. Come on. Right, you'll have to.
get dripped on.
Yeah.
Watch these steps are a bit steep.
Zing is helping me.
Watch that pedal. This one's high.
Let's hope that we can find some diamonds.
Stand there with Holly.
Yes, very rarely, but not
These are bats. These are bats. Mommy. Mom. Are there real bats?
Yes.
I don't want to see them.
So the Great Hall here, measures 22 meters, which exceeds the height of the Bay of Wells Cathedral. If you look up to the center of the roof, you see the remains of some huge stalactites. Geologists say they were 3.5 meters long before they snapped off. That likely happened during a big earthquake in Portugal in the year 1700. From all that distance, it caused a lot of damage in the cave. There used to be many more stalagmites on the ground as well, but a local guy from Wales in the 1800s earned a living by sawing them down and selling them off for profit. And when the cave got first excavated, Roman coins and pottery were found in pools above the steps. And later, when they started diving at an underwater slope behind the wall, they found a Roman vase fully intact in mint condition. You can see that later on in the cave diving museum as well. We're about to go down one step, and then you'll have to dip down twice, but please look up in between into the witch's nostrils, or the witch's chimney. The hollow there has been created by water being pushed upwards, not being able to go anywhere. We call it the witch's chimney because when you look on the side of the walls, you see faint markings carved into the walls in earlier times to cast out evil spirits, also called witch markings. And the plant life you see grown there and throughout the cave can only grow because of the artificial light installed. So mind the step, look down twice, but look up in between.
Go, forget the dog.
I don't have the dog.
I do.
Might be worth it just in case.
I don't have the dog because I'm short. I don't have the dog because I'm short.
Okay.
I barely. Oh, mommy, let's go. What's up there? Are there bats living up there?
Oh, there's no bats on this bit. Wow, look at this alley.
Wait, she was turned into stone.
Would you really think?
Some say that she made it look like she was turned into stone, so she might still be wandering around today.
Oh, goodbye. Goodbye. I'm hiding. Say no stupid.
Zini.
Mommy, are they nails? What are they? Huh?
Part of the pig.
Yeah, but are they nails?
No.
Oh. Don't put it in your mouth.
Take a picture of that, I can't pick it up on.
I have them.
So chamber 3 here, or the Witch's Parlor, lies 60 meters below the surface and is special because of 2 reasons. First of all, the shape of the chamber is really unique. Where the water enters, the hole is bigger than where it can leave, so this chamber is prone to flooding. And the direction of the water holes, they conflict with the course of the river, so when it does flood, it initiates a whirlpool effect. Especially at the end of an ice age, with a constant whirlpool, all the pebbles and water hurling against the walls, that formed the shape of the chamber. But it's definitely still prone to flooding today. During the last significant flood in 1968, from the moment the water started rising, it hit the roof within 20 minutes. And then it took 2 weeks for the water to drain off again. Some divers at the time at the chamber entrance, they witnessed the actual whirlpool effect as well. Luckily, we do have some sluices outside nowadays, so we can usually control the water level and stay open all year round. Having said that, 4 weeks ago we had quite a flood in here. And when we were cleaning up later on, a colleague of mine found some Roman pottery alongside the river here as well. So there really is plenty to discover still. Because of the shape of the chamber, it's got amazing acoustics here. The sound reverberates. It takes up to 6 seconds for the sound to fade out. So many local choirs have performed here, and we do host many weddings a year as well. With the weddings, we set up hundreds of tea lights on the beach, change the color of the lighting, but even pre-Victorian times they used to throw parties in here as it would have enhanced their music. So the occasional wine bottle from that time has been found in the water. This is also the site of the first ever cave dive in Great Britain. In 1935 they used the deep sea diving suits, big brass helmets and lead boots, and someone had to stand on the beach to pump oxygen synchronized with the breathing. Their first dive took about 30 minutes and they only reached the next chamber. If you look above the waterline, you just about see the top of an archway underwater. And behind the wall there, the divers found 18 skulls. The water is about 3.5 meters deep nowadays, but it used to be 2 meters lower. So when the Celts were using the cave, they could just about wade through the water, enter the next chamber. And as they couldn't fully access it, they thought it was really special, and that's why they used it as a burial chamber. Everything beyond here has been discovered by the divers. This would have been the deepest and darkest bit of the cave until the tunnel there was dug out in 1975. Before that time you had to exit through the entrance or dive through the water. So we will bypass 3 flooded chambers and we'll come out in chamber 7. Throughout the cave you can see the diving lines as well. They're used by the divers for navigation, because the moment you get into the water it becomes really cloudy and you can't see a thing. So they hold on to the diving line to not get lost. We'll just work our way through a series of tunnels, and all the chambers we'll come across have been discovered by the divers. Just before we approach the tunnel there's another low roof, so once again please do mind your head.
Alec.
Only a little bit.
To help you get out.
Okay. Yeah, these are stairs.
No, not impressed.
Is the answer to your question we're asking before we go in? Or is
Yeah.
That's all cheese.
Honey,
That's cheese.
there is.
The water leaks in. Goes through the rock and through cracks. This is a really good growing condition down
So behind me we've got some cave-aged cheddar cheese. Aging cheese in caves is a tradition dating back to the 16th century. As it's a constant 11 degrees in the cave all year round and really high humidity, it's got the perfect conditions for the cheese to age, as it won't dry out or shrink. The cheese behind me comes from Ford Farm in Dorset. They keep it on the farm for a year, wrap it in a cheesecloth, protected with a film of lard, and then it matures for another 6 months in the cave. It's mostly cheddar cheese, there's some goat's cheese as well. They weigh 27 kilos each, and they have to bring them in with a trolley through the other end of the tunnel system. So you can see all the mold growing on it. That gives the distinctive flavor of the cave, but then the lard makes sure it doesn't actually touch the cheese. It's for sale literally everywhere, big supermarkets, local farm shops, Harrods in London. Visitors pointed out to me it's for sale in Australia, Canada and Africa. We do even have it in our own gift shop as well. For the ones that are really interested in the cheese, we do have a live webcam. So if you're at home, you can watch the cheese. Yes. Not that much happens, but it's possible. I'm going to send you over a high bridge. It's about 5 meters above the water. It's a really steady, sturdy bridge. There are some steps up and down and 2 low rocks. As a Dutchman, I like my daily waft of cheese. I'll go through the cheese tunnel. Anyone that doesn't want to cross the high bridge can come with me. And otherwise, I'll see you at the other end. If I'm not there yet, please don't wander into any tunnels yet. Thank you.
Cross the bridge? Yeah, go with us. Go look in the
It's a 1 plus 1.
There's water down there.
And it's small.
Go in front of the No problem.
5 meters.
Wow.
This bridge, we're going to have a look over.
I don't have.
Hello.
Why is that 5 meters?
Wow. That's deeper. Danny's jumped off bridges this high before. Well, I went right down back of my neck, that did.
Be careful though. I don't want you to slip because it'll hurt.
There's more steps, you can't yet. More steps, more steps. Exactly. This is the one time I'm trying to wiggle out my arm. Look back, you can't look, see? See,
I know.
Come on, more steps. If you drop your buddy, if you drop your key, you're going to have to go. Go right.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Look how high that one is. Look up, Harley.
That's the moon.
Whoa.
Is that the moon?
How cool is that, boys? Hey, come there, mate. Do you think I do it? Hey, Harley.
Sailor tunnel.
Pick it up. Put it in your pocket. If you zip your coat up, I can knock it on how you zip.
I can't even zip. Like yours. On the left. On the left.
The way into the next chamber. Yeah, there you go. You're in charge. Now let's just wait for the last couple of people to come in. You can walk into the next chamber. Thank you.
Big bread, come by love, big bread, come by love,
Right, we're going down.
You think they've been carved?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, by water.
Oh yeah, this is
Rock.
What?
Yeah.
Where are they going to climb?
Where we've just come over on the bridge. Hey Harley, stand there for me a minute. Take a picture of you.
Fantastic. Well,
Zay.
you're welcome to wander to the end of the platform there.
Put my phone away and save some more battery. Put it down.
just noticed that you're actually, it's all rock.
That looks like how Grand Canyon looks, doesn't it? Well, I should imagine it's on the bucket list. Oh, there you go.
So you suddenly made it all the way to chamber 20. This chamber was discovered in 1970. Back then they had to dive all the way around and they entered the chamber at the end of the walkway. Behind the rocks there is where the River X runs again. There is a pool of water here as well, although it is 17 meters deep. It's too narrow for humans to be able to go through, but it is still connected to the river, so it is flowing water and it does go up and down over time as well. The tunnel you've just gone through was only blasted out 9 years ago, using 3 tons of dynamite to remove 1,000 tons of rock. And the reason we wanted to open up this chamber for the public are the 2 formations there. The one on the left is nicknamed the Clam, and it's balancing on a razor sharp edge since ever it's fallen down like that. And the formation on the right, or right in front of you, we've named it Merlin's Beard, but the official name would be Limestone. It's formed at the end of the last ice age about 10,000 years ago. Imagine there were several frozen lakes with permafrost on top of the hills, and when they all melted one by one, they emptied into this chamber. Before that time, the river used to run high across the ridge, but then all the melting water came running down and formed the grooves into the limestone. Such a formation in a cave is really, really rare. This is the only one in the UK. And only 2 others are known to exist in the world in caves. But above ground, like on mountaintops, it's relatively common, but there it's prone to weathering. This is the end of the show cave, but if you were to follow the light on the far left, there is a natural passageway, and it continues for 900 meters. It's so narrow in places you can't turn your head and you have to zigzag climb your way through. So it takes about 3 hours to get to the end and then you have to come back again as well. They did dig some mud away a couple of years ago so they can reach chamber 24, originally only accessible by the divers. Chamber 24, one of the more recent discoveries, is as big as everything combined together you see today. So it's a huge chamber, lots of waterfalls in all direction, but the biggest known chamber in the UK is in Cheddar. It's slightly bigger than ours and it's only been discovered in 2012. We actually know a lot more about space than we know about caves in the ground, so there really is a lot to explore still. Most caves are fully submerged, but the ones here, the divers constantly have to change equipment between diving gear and climbing gear. We do have a cave diving museum on site as well. Besides the old equipment they used and the things they discovered, there's a film on display there too where you can see them diving to chamber 25. Chamber 25 is the furthest they've been so far. It takes about 10 hours forth and back to get there, and they have to go through a depth of 90 meters as well, so lots of decompressing. Beyond chamber 25 lies still 2 miles unexplored cave system up to where the spring emerges. Realize as well when you explore into a new area you have no idea what lies ahead, and it might even be too narrow to be able to turn around again. So any volunteers? No? Then we'll just head back out of the cave, so I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you still have any questions now or later, please do ask me. If you'd like to have a better look at the rhythm carrot, please make a loop round. But we'll start heading back out through the tunnel again. So thank you.
Zany, come on, come on.
All right.
So where are we going now?
All the way back.
Or like, what are we going after?
Thing, get off.
Are we going after me? I
Yes, yeah. No, I'd love to go into the passageway there. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, literally where the light is. Yeah, we think we only discovered like 20% of the cave system. So that's really a lot to